right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
We got to the mid-90s again today, and while it was hot, it wasn't quite as humid, but we're just getting started. How hot we get this week and why the heat is not a long-term trend for us throughout the month of August.
Our top story, turmoil in St. Louis schools.
This chaos is unacceptable.
Tonight, the mayor weighs in on the state of the district amid budget concerns and a leadership shakeup.
Good evening, I'm Mike Bush. There's a leadership crisis for St. Louis Public Schools. The current superintendent is on leave, and now the interim leader is under scrutiny just weeks before the start of classes. 5 on Your Side's Laura Barczewski joins us live downtown, where the mayor, for the first time, is publicly calling for action. Laura.
Mike, this afternoon, Mayor Tashara Jones discussed her call to the Missouri State Auditor to look into funding mismanagement. And this all comes as questions arise about the interim superintendent and the current school board. On Friday, St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones sent this letter to Missouri State Auditor Scott Fitzpatrick, raising her concerns about St. Louis Public Schools' budget going from a surplus to a deficit and how some employment contracts, quote, escaped competitive bidding requirements and scrutiny of the SLPS Board of Education because they were under $50,000.
Given the news that has come out in the last several weeks about the mismanagement of funds for St. Louis Public Schools, I think it's important to have our state auditor look into it.
While the mayor has limited authority over SLPS, she also announced they'll be receiving proposals to appoint their own auditor to also look at some of these concerns.
We stand ready to help the school district do what it needs to do to get back on track.
Superintendent Keisha Scarlett was placed on leave after the school board says they had some concerns but could not be specific because it's a personnel matter. Millicent Borshade was named interim superintendent.
You know what? This whole situation is unacceptable. Our children and our families are in the middle of this, and school is about to start in a couple of weeks.
2 months before Borshade was hired by Scarlett to be the SLPS chief of schools last year, she was asked to resign from the Tukwila School District in Washington State and received a vote of no confidence from the teachers union. 5 on Your Side spoke with an anonymous former employee from Tukwila Schools who worked under her leadership. They said, quote, I was concerned and surprised when I saw Scarlett hired Borshade. SLPS school board member Emily Hubbard also publicly stated her concerns about Scarlett and the friends she hired, calling for the resignation of board president Tony Cousins and vice president Matt Davis, saying, quote, their illegitimate, reactionary, overreaching leadership of the district must end.
I think that is a bold and brave move on behalf of that school board member.
Mayor Jones says she wants to see SLPS thrive because their success or failure affects families, but it also affects the entire city. Reporting live downtown, Laura Barczewski, 5 on Your Side.
Within the last 2 hours, we learned about new issues at the City Justice Center. Jail officials tell us several inmates managed to slip out of their cells this morning and ended up in the common area. Guards had to use pepper spray to get the situation under control. This whole mess put jail processing on hold for more than 5 hours. This comes just days after a state audit revealed a number of problems at the jail, including staffing shortages and poor jail conditions. Now to a live look at downtown St. Louis. Temperatures cooling into the 70s after a hot day, and that 90-degree heat is sticking around for a few more days. Meteorologist Gary Frank joins us to show us what we can expect in the weather impact forecast.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. The heat is the story for us right now, the first week of August. It's still, we're holding on to the hottest period of the year still. And when we're seeing temperatures in the 80s at this hour, we know we're going to go outside and the humidity's up just a little bit at 10 o'clock at night. We're still in the 80s. But the big picture will show that things will change a little bit. We'll take you outside just a little bit. Look at the core of the heat building off to the southwest where you're still in the mid 80s, near 90. That's where the core of that hot air stays. However, it's close enough to the next couple of days that we're going to feel it. 84, our dew point now at 70. It's a little bit more humid than we've seen. That's why we have a feels like reading of 88. And with a calm wind into this evening, temps not going to change a whole lot. So tomorrow you will wake up and it is warmer. And what the weather impact this week is we have early week heat, but we're really drying out. In fact, hard to find a rain chance. We'll talk about the one rain chance perhaps and why we won't see this August type heat stick around for too much longer.
Well, the Missouri primary is just 2 days away, and the Democratic candidates for U.S. Senator are making their final pushes for the nomination. State Senator Carla May and Lucas Kunce are both vying to take on Republican Senator Josh Hawley in November. Earlier today, Kunce hosted a town hall in Florissant to build more support. Kunce currently has the bigger campaign war chest. This weekend in Southwest Missouri, Senator Carla May attended a Democratic candidate forum. On her X account, she says people from 11 counties attended. Mayor Tashara Jones endorsed May back in July. You can check out a full voter guide on KSTK.com. You can also find it by texting the word guide to 314-425-5355. New video tonight of a bear spotted in the Metro East. A viewer captured this video of the bear roaming near a neighborhood in Columbia, Illinois. Conservation experts are warning people not to feed the bear and to stay away. Others later found it up a tree. Police asked neighbors to leave the scene in order to encourage the bear to come down.
Two sides of the Holocaust colliding generations later in St. Louis.
I am so sorry.
Nobody ever said sorry to me.
Tonight, the powerful journey of reconciliation between a Holocaust survivor and the granddaughter of a Nazi engineer. And later, St. Louis's unique link to Olympic golf history.
Today is the last day that we averaged 90 as a high until next year, but not going to feel that way for the next couple of days. Why, even though we go down climatologically, we'll still be way above our average.